Hi everyone, this is Kedra with NyxMoonOracle, and today I'm bringing you a past life reading. This reading will be tapping into a collective of you that are very curious about your past life. We've lived many since the dawn of time, and sometimes when we bring up past lives, it can help us, especially when we can see and resonate with whatever's brought up that Spirit wants to bring up, and lessons and how it affects us in this lifetime. And I'm going to tap into a lot of things actually about this life. This past life Spirit wants to bring up. If you are feeling deep down it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. Try me back next time. Comment or like or subscribe or all three, and that way there's an energy exchange, especially with a comment, and I would be able to possibly tap into your past lives, by connecting with the comment if you'd like to leave one below. Now, before I begin, you may notice that I have some staining on my finger. They're not dirty. I am an artist. I have a really big art show coming up. I have a yearly Halloween art show. This year it's going to be about mythical creatures. I will actually post some of those finished pieces for the show towards the end of September so that you guys can see what I do and why I'm always stained. I work with a lot of inks and acrylic inks and highly pigmented paints. So I use my art intuitively just as I do my tarot, and it's something I'm really passionate about, and I will share with you. In fact, I'll insert a couple of pictures now of things that I've done so that you know kind of what I do. I do aura readings, I do intuitive soul portraits. So if you're interested in that, please message me or comment below. I'd love to tap into your energy and make a portrait piece for you, an energetic portrait piece. So let's get this started, tap into that past life. I'm really excited. How about you? Let's get it going. Okay. So what I'm going to tap into first is actually what you were like. Some situations about it. Let's see. Spirit, can you tell me about the Watcher's former life that you want to bring up, address, and how it relates to their situation in their life now that you want to address, Spirit? Tell me about this former life, Spirit. What kind of person were they? Situations? Where were they from? Whatever you want to bring through first. Thank you, Spirit. Tell me more about this person. Tell me more about this person. And then I'm going to get two more, I think two more, Spirit. Two more. Ooh, yes. Okay, that's interesting. I feel like because of this aristocrats and royalty coming out side by side, and then upper class on the bottom of the deck, the crystals, I felt like because of the scribe and writer, lessons and blessings and crystals and nutrition, especially for a past life, I felt that you were more gifted and more blessed than the average person. That you were definitely, it says royalty, aristocrat. You were very blessed with a lot of things that average society isn't. I feel like you did a lot of work in regards to helping people. And then it's carried over into this lifetime. But you definitely helped a lot of people. It was something you loved, something that you were afforded and blessed with doing because you were so blessed in your own life, with your stations in life, where you lived, who your family was. And you did help. You used this blessing selflessly. You really enjoyed it. You enjoyed taking care of the others. You enjoyed I'm also hearing providing meals and nutrition for those less fortunate. You really wanted to spread out the blessings. I feel you journaled about it. I feel like you were a mystic, but you had to kind of keep it to yourself. But you look to crystals, you look to gemstones for their healing properties. You use them. I'm also hearing, especially because of nutrition, you really were into vitamins, energy crystals to help you, holistic healing. I feel like you wrote about it. I feel like you just took all the advantages that you had, and you were just selfless about it. You knew they were blessings, because in a former life before this, it seems like you may not have had this kind of lifestyle. You may have been one that was starving most of your life, and it's like you carried those lessons over into the life we're currently looking into. Spirit says you were on the right path then, and you're on the right path now. But you were definitely living up to your potential as a human being by taking care of others as well as yourself, and really looking into and taking notes about the healing properties of food, vitamins, gemstones, crystals, energy healing. And your station in life afforded you to do that. You didn't have to worry about slaving to the grind and working, or being in situations where you had no availability to learning these things or doing these things. That's really interesting. Tell me more about this, Spirit. Tell me more about this life, Spirit. For the Watcher. Tell me more. What do you want to bring up? Tell me more, Spirit. Coffin, dog, and fox. Because of your status, I feel like you went on fox hunts with dogs. That was something it was a thing that your family did, and you actually did not like it at all. You really didn't enjoy it. I'm hearing you felt like a kinship to foxes, and you honestly did not like this. This was something, for some reason this is being brought up. You may really love, you may have this connection to foxes still in this life, this kinship. You just felt so sympathetic that they were being hunted, but you also felt sorry for the dogs as well. I feel like maybe dog barking bothers you. It may affect you. You may not be a dog person. And if you are a dog person, you're sympathetic to how the dogs were used to hunt the foxes for meaningless sport. And you also feel very bad just for the act of the hunting an animal for a sport. This is something that really irritated you. It depressed you. You would write about it. This is something that you did not like. You loved your life, but this is an aspect you didn't love it. So if you're triggered by, I'm here because of the phonograph here, I feel like the sounds of dogs barking, even though if you are a dog person, like the sounds of dogs fighting can set you off, or the sounds of multiple dogs barking, loud dog barking. My daughter does not like to be around dogs at all. I don't understand why. This may be in regards to her as well, but she hears dogs barking and it just sets her off. She doesn't want to be around them. She doesn't like the sound of them. The sound scares them. Even puppies, it doesn't matter. The sounds of dogs really upset her. And this could very well be something like from a past life, but this is something like that because of the phonograph and the dog and the foxes. These fox hunts were something that really was part of your life, even though you had a blessed life and you were able to help people and take care of people, and as well as yourself. This was something that was not enjoyable. It wasn't even enjoyable. This was very depressing to you. This was very, very, very depressing and very upsetting for you. I'm seeing fox pelts. I'm seeing, yeah. This saddened you very much. Very, very, very much. And I'm just angry. Like, why do we do this? Why do we do this? Like it was the cool thing to do back then. Yeah, you walked away from anything. Her hair is even very similar coloring. You walked away from this. You turned your back on it. You did not like nonsensical, cruel sports. You loved animals and you didn't understand, and you didn't, no matter what anybody said, they were not able to make sense of it for you or make a good case for hunting down innocent foxes and using other animals to do so. Yeah, you were just not comfortable with it. This is uncomfortable. Walking away. You walked away because you were uncomfortable with it. It went against everything that you believed in. You knew it was wrong. There was a warning that no matter if this was the thing to do, you weren't a part of it. You didn't like it. You didn't like going down that path. You did not like the noises. I'm hearing there's more than just, it's like I hear a horn. See the horn? I hear a horn. Like when the hunt started, there were horns. When they found them, there were horns. When they were getting close to one, there were horns. When there was a catch, there were horns. This was so upsetting to you. What else, Spirit? When people made you feel like you were, when you would complain about it or run away, I'm really feeling like you would run away or go elsewhere. And people thought you were cowardly, you know, like you're spoiling all the fun. They just didn't accept that you didn't want to be a part of this. And you just felt this was just this unnecessary, superficial, grandstanding, ego-stroking murder of innocent animals and teaching other animals to be, I'm hearing a bloodlust. And you were repelled by it. You wanted nothing to do with it. You walked away from it. You walked away from it. Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this, Spirit. I'm going to go into, yeah, it's heavy on my chest. It's so heavy. This one, this bothered you. You were blessed in your life and you knew it, but this part of it, the superficiality and the cruelty of some of the things that were done with aristocrats and royalty, you just felt so uncomfortable with these things. You didn't understand it. You did not understand it at all. You didn't want to be a part of it. Page of Swords, Chariot, and the Hermit. I feel like you actually took action. You sat with this for a while. You were like, I can't be a part of this. I just can't be a part of this. But you had a station in life where you could speak up, even though people, it was tradition. I feel like in your area, in your part, you went inside, you really looked within, you were, you knew people were going to be calling you names, looking at you a certain way, but you took action. You're the scribe, and you actually brought it to people's attention, and you wanted this not to be part of your life. I feel like you eliminated, on the bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles and Three of Swords in reverse. Yeah, you took action. You put your pen to paper as the scribe, and I really feel like you put a stop to these hunts in wherever you were in life. You put a stop to it, and you successfully did it because you told a different side of things. You showed people a different side of things, and you come to find out you weren't the only one who felt this was unnecessary and this was cruel. So I feel like this stopped. And you did. You had success. This Chariot, you went full speed ahead. You wrote who you needed to write. You spoke to who you needed to speak to. Told them what was up with this Page of the Swords here. This Five of Pentacles. I mean, you just let it out. You did not want to feel this pain anymore. You didn't want other people to feel this pain anymore. You didn't want the animals to be subjected to this pain anymore as well. You didn't want it in your life. You thought it was very unnecessary. And I'm seeing, because of the Chariot, that you came together with this Three of Cups with other people, and you made this happen. You put an end to it, these fox hunts. Or these hunts, whatever kind of hunts it is, but specifically fox, because this is what's coming up in the visions that I'm getting and the sounds that I'm getting. But you did succeed. I'm hearing you did succeed. I'm very curious. After this reading, I'm going to Google about fox hunts, because I know nothing about fox hunts at all. But this was an accomplishment that you did. This was an accomplishment. This was a big accomplishment. And you know that. You just couldn't take this anymore. It was heartbreaking, and you gathered with like-minded people, and you were the key to the change. You were the key to the change. You were the catalyst. People were trying to stop you. It was a hard road ahead, but this Chariot shows me you came together with the right people. You took action forward. You put that scribe, that pen to paper, and that page of swords. And you got together and convinced people, and it was a completion. I'm not taking it. You put this whole thing to rest. You buried it into the ground. You were tired of the death. You were tired of the fear. You were tired of how it made you feel. And others, because of this Three of Cups, others felt the same. So you were able to stop this, no matter who stopped you. And you did have opposition, but you were the key. You had the words. You had the means. You had the power to end this. You had the influence to end this, and you took care of it. You took care of it. You completed it. That's beautiful. I'm really, really going to go on Google after this. It's very interesting. Thank you, Spirit. More about this, Spirit. Tell me more about this person who eliminated, got together with the right people, and ended these fox hunts. Tell me more about this person. What was their life like? What kind of person were they? Tell me more. I'm very curious about them. Tell me more. There's that scribe again. You were definitely a writer, for sure. I feel like that was your power, that you could. You're the storyteller. You're the scribe. You were the key to helping many, because you had a great big heart, great big love for animals, love for your fellow man, love for justice, love for. I'm really feeling spirituality. Love for taking care of your body. 8 and 8. 2 and 6 is 8. 8, yeah. Through your whole lifetime, you've been like this. You may be a writer now. You may have this urge to write, but you kind of don't in this lifetime. But you have a great big heart with a lot of love to give, and you do. You radiate it. You shine it down. But I'm hearing you were a storyteller. I feel like you would write stories for people, even your children. You'd write your memoirs, your thoughts. You would write you would write things to help people. I'm hearing proclamations. You had power, and your pen was power. Your quill was power. The quill was power. Because of your roots in abundance. We already saw that came up. You were an aristocrat. You were royalty. You were the upper class. You utilized seeing beyond. You utilized your blessings in life. We saw that earlier. Whatever you could do, you were definitely this giving, loving person who did not just feel like, I'm upper class, I'm royalty, and you just do this. You were doing things for the will of the people, for the good of the people, for the good of your soul. You were letting your soul guide you. You saw there was more to life. I feel like you may not have known about karma, you may have, but you knew there was consequences for actions, like an equal give and take of right and wrong. You were all about justice, fairness, and you took advantage of your station in life as an upper class royal aristocrat with those roots of abundance. You see the keyhole in this as well. It was the key. The roots of your abundance were the key to helping others, to helping yourself, to entertaining others. You had a beautiful way of expressing yourself. You had a beautiful way of communicating with others that was very very persuasive. Very, very persuasive in a very good way. Not manipulating, but there was, see the confidence in this person? You had the confidence because you knew your roots of abundance were your power. You knew your intelligence, your insight, your ability to see beyond was a way to persuade people. You knew how to persuade people. You were very good at it. Tell me about the personal life. What was going on in the personal life, Spirit? Besides the fox hunts and the... Tell me what was going on in the personal life. What was going on for this person in their personal day-to-day life? What was going on in their personal day-to-day life? I'm going to get one more. Okay, seeds and spring were on the bottom, that came out too. I really feel an assistance was on the bottom of the deck. I feel like you were just, the seeing beyond card right here, you were definitely in tuned. You were able to be in the present moment. You were very grateful for your roots of abundance and the gifts and blessings you had in life. And I'm hearing from a very young age, you really focused on, like, I'm seeing through your eyes right now, your past life's eyes, and I can see you looking at other children less fortunate than you. People, you would look at people less fortunate than you, and it broke your heart. It just gave you so much pain, that Three of Swords pain. You wanted to protect them. You wanted to do right by them. And I feel like you prayed a lot. I feel like you knew, because of the seeing beyond, there was more to life than what you knew religion to be. You were spiritual, not religious. But you did have a religious base to start from. You knew there was a higher power. You prayed, and you always used your higher inner knowing, your higher knowing. I believe Spirit communicated to you. Your spirit guides were with you, and you were open, and that seeing beyond, you were open and receiving a lot of information because of the many lifetimes you have led. And I feel like this, you wanting to protect other people that didn't have as much from you, as much as you wanted to protect them. So you started planting seeds. I feel like you, with that nutrition card that came out, I feel like you wanted to help feed them. So I'm hearing gardens were planted, harvesting. You were all into it. You wanted to research how to help food more, like help produce more quantities of food, better quantities of food, bigger quantities of food, clothing, shelter. You wanted to provide this. I feel like you didn't feel like, because of these doubts, sometimes you had this card that came out here. There were people that would try to block you for your work that you did, that you wanted to do. There was always someone or a group of people that would want to block this because of greed, power hungry, tradition, egos, and you felt like you couldn't do enough. And this hurt you even more, but you kept going. We saw that when you that you're the key. We saw that you would keep going. You gathered people around you, spoke your truth, wrote your truth, and that you moved forward with that charity, full speed ahead. You had some major willpower in you, and it wouldn't stop you. You wanted to help the less fortunate because you had so much. That's the kind of person that you were. You wanted to help animals. You wanted to help people that were less than. I'm going to go into, what was your soul speaking to you then? What was your soul telling you during these times? Oh, sorry, that just slipped right out of my hand. What was your soul communicating to you then? What were some of your internal battles in that life? Here's those roots again of abundance. These don't have words. I'm just going by intuition, messages, and energy. And these beautiful images. I really feel that, yeah, that's incredible. I'm just getting, you just were this kind of person, oh my, that just, you knew you were given so much. You had these roots of abundance, this family history, this family tree, and all you wanted to do was help. You wanted to help grow. You wanted to help create. You wanted to help shape a better life for other people, to not only make them happy, but it would make you happy. You wanted to protect them. You wanted to protect and nurture everyone because you had so much. You wanted to utilize your position, your blessings, your roots. You wanted a legacy that was better than what was. You saw beyond. You saw the benefits of helping other people and not just wasting away in decadence, is what I'm hearing. You could have been just all about, royal life and the decadence of it all, just going through the motions, but you wanted more. You felt your soul was telling you to do more. This is your soul. It is take these roots of abundance and make things better. Reshape things, create things. This helps people to sing, and when we hear people sing, we sing. Because when you help others, you're helping yourself as well, because we're all connected. That cosmic symphony of ours. You wanted to protect, your soul was like, protect them so they can shine. Protect them so they can grow, so they can thrive. Protect them as you would your child. Protect them as I protect you, like Spirit is protecting you, the cosmic womb. That's absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. This is a very good person. This is just absolutely beautiful. What were some of the lessons that you learned in this lifetime? And then we're going to go into how it affects you now. What were some of the lessons? What were some of the lessons learned, soul contract-wise? What were some of the lessons learned? What were some of the lessons learned, Spirit? Trust and forgiveness, intuition, increase. It says time to let down your guard with this trust and forgiveness. We already got that you were guarded. You were definitely guarded. You wanted to guard other people. I feel like you had to really work on forgiving those who tried to block you and trust your own gifts and your own abilities of persuasion, your own abilities of a power that you had in life, your intuition and love and spirit to help guide you. And you were guarded. You had to learn to open up and work with people. We saw that with that Three of Cups. You had to get together and work with people. And you really saw that these people that were superficial and just living and going through the motions, I really feel like you knew, because of that seeing beyond, you had to trust and forgive certain people. It's almost like they know not what they do. You knew this is how life shaped them because of your intuition, because of your higher knowledge and openness spiritually. that you knew these were just people in their egos. You knew it. And you forgave them, and you learned to work with them and use your powers of persuasion and your family tree, family line. You knew, because that seeing beyond, this was all about trusting yourself when you were helping people, having ideas to help people, having ideas to end this, killing of animals and cruel treatment of animals. You had to rely on your intuition, embrace it, trust your guides, that inner knowing, what you were seeing, the downloads you were getting. Because I'm hearing this was very conflicting, because you were brought up non-spiritual. You only gained knowledge of spirituality by reading. And you craved more knowledge. You knew there was more. Your intuition knew there was more. Your soul was calling for its higher purpose. Your heart was just, you knew there was more. And you had this lifetime right here was to teach you to trust that intuition, trust that inner knowing, trust seeing beyond, forgive them for they know not what they do. Using that intuition to help you and increase. You have successfully manifested something near and dear to your heart, your big, huge heart. I feel because of this increase, this is what you were meant to learn, to trust yourself, to trust that heart, forgive others and work with them, not against them, persuade them. And I do feel, we got the Chariot earlier, I really feel like you successfully were able to persuade a lot and increase the quality of life for a lot of people and animals. And that's really beautiful. Spirit, can you tell me what lessons that were learned that directly affect the Watcher's life now? What are some of the lessons that were learned in the former life that are directly affecting the Watcher now? Too many, but I'm going to take the one on top, empath. Thank you, Spirit. Rejoicing. Past life connections. That's what's brought you here. You're curious about past life connections. That's why you're here. How it's directly affecting you. You are an empath. I'm hearing you just feel things, feel other people's energy. You sympathize with them. You may be a social worker. You may be an attorney, a law advocate. You may volunteer. I'm hearing in this life, you're definitely a giving person. You are you're into civil rights, the rights of people, especially those that have less. And I feel that you use your blessings and privileges in life to help others. And you rejoice in it. And you teach others. I feel like you have brought over that power of persuasion and the ability to persuade and gather together people, even people that you see as an impasse, a blockage. I feel like because you brought this over, you teach people with that persuasiveness on how to help others to make the most of their lives, and it also helps you rejoice in yours. Remember what your soul never forgets what lives it has led. Your soul never ever forgets the lifetimes. And your soul has always said, take care of them. Take care of the world. The world is one. We need to work together. Nurture. Help them. Rejoice. Remember, we're all one. Use your trees of abundance, your privileges, your connections to help shape and create a better world so that everybody can dance and rejoice. I feel that's affecting you very much now. And this past life connection, your life now and what you're doing in your life is actually healing those past life wounds. Remember that came up? Let me find that card. Let me find it. We saw that in this life, you were guarded and you had some wounds and you felt stifled. I feel because of the time period, you had to work extra, extra hard. Hang on, I'm going to find that card. Hang on. Okay, I found it. See this? These wounds. This life you're living now is actually helping healing those wounds. I feel like you still have an affinity for crystals. You do see life as lessons and blessings moving forward. And I feel like you are healing lack in other people as well as yourself, because you feel like if I help others, I heal myself. And you're healing doubt. And I do feel like, for some of you, I feel like you work for WIC, for babies. I'm seeing some of you very clearly that you work for WIC to help babies and families have that extra and teach families about nutrition. I feel like some of you are also definitely light workers who volunteer in soup kitchens, homeless shelters, donating food, helping to serve food, food banks. You are definitely involved in this process to help people, and including nutrition, education, nutrition. This is something that you do and that you love, and it's actually healing those past life wounds of doubt, people calling you coward. It's healing a lot of things because you have more opportunity now to help people than back then. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit, can you tell me what was surrendered in the former life? What was surrendered in the former life upon passing? What was surrendered in the former life? What was surrendered in the former life, Spirit? Thank you. One more. And then on the bottom of the deck. And then on the bottom of the deck. Okay. I really feel that these are very important. I was only going to take 2, but when I saw these, more images came to me, and I was hearing. Okay. This goes back to surrender to the beauty of the natural world. This goes to your roots, that abundance, natural living, nutrition, the crystals, the minerals, vitamins, really taking care of yourself. But Spirit is saying, during that lifetime, you also had to surrender to, I have to take care of myself as well. I have to grow myself so that I can help others grow. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and ecstasy there. Seeing the world as it is. And that even goes to seeing the people that you perceived as blockages, even now, people that you perceive as blocking or wanting to not block because of their beliefs, their egos, their fears, and feeling like you really see it as they are. Okay, they are this way because of this. How can I persuade them otherwise? But you're definitely all about, and you had to surrender to taking care of yourself, going into nature, really learning about, crystal healing, vitamins, nutrition, getting out in nature, and really helping to heal. And I feel like you brought that to your world back then, and I feel like it's passed over to now. I feel like this one says, surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. And then success is right here too. These are hand in hand. Remove blocks, that you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams, and that surrender to success. You're ready to experience abundance. Don't look back at previous roadblocks or difficulties. Leap into exciting new world of possibilities. I feel like this is what the cards had already told us anyway, that you had those lacks and doubts, and you had these obstacles, these people that were obstacles, and you had to be very persuasive and use your roots in abundance, your family lineage power. Like, you had to use that. I don't feel you liked doing that, but you knew that was the only way that someone would listen to you. And you were very persuasive with them, and you had to come, you saw these roadblocks, and you looked at yourself. This looks like a mirror right here. You looked at yourself. What is it within me that sees them as a roadblock? And if it were me, how could I get around it? You would always put yourself in the other person's shoes, like why they did what they did. Remember that Seeing Beyond card? You would put yourself in the other person's shoes. It already said you were an empath. You could really feel their energy, and you knew how to work it. And I feel that this was the key to your success, and this was the key to when you had those doubts, and you saw the roadblocks coming, and people were calling you coward and saying you were ruining, the fun and tradition and all of this, that you didn't believe in your power as much. But you knew when you put pen to power, your words were eloquent, you were able to communicate with people. The fact that you were an empath, you were a seer, and you stepped out of the situation and, stepped into somebody else's shoes, that was your power of persuasion. And this was surrendered in the former life because you had to learn this. You had it, and then you overcame it, you learned it. And I'm hearing, surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify, and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. We already saw you had a big heart. But I really feel like you were, because you were always fighting battles, you were definitely an activist then, and you may be an activist now. Spirit's saying you had to learn how to balance your intimate partnerships with the activism. You knew how to, you had to surrender it. You had to surrender to being close to someone because you had so many other things you felt you needed to do. Could they understand it? Were they on board with everything? I feel like because of some of these roadblock people that you were scared to kind of open yourself up and really tell someone how you really felt, because you were always faced with opposition. And you had to surrender that, and you did overcome it. You learned to open your heart and see beyond, to see beyond. And I feel that carries over to now. Spirit, what is the Watcher surrendering to now in this life? And then we'll go to, what are you healing? Wow, I just said healing. Surrender to complete healing. Open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Yep, this goes back to that former life that's affecting this life. In your former life, you could see beyond. You were an empath. You could put yourself in other people's shoes and experiences instead of just saying, oh, they're just assholes that are greedy. You know, they don't see the world a certain way, and, you know, they're useless. You don't do that, or you're learning not to. You are stepping out, like in the former life, seeing these people as they are, seeing situations as they are, putting yourself in their shoes, their perspectives, why they're thinking, and you use your powers of persuasion and communication and nurturing and healing, those empath skills, and you are surrendering, and it actually helps you with your healing. It helps you to be more compassionate. It helps you to be more in touch with your soul and in touch with spirit along the way. And that leads to success in this lifetime. Spirit, can you tell me, what is this healing in this lifetime? What is this healing in this lifetime? What is this healing, the Watcher, in this lifetime? Too many, Spirit. Ooh, that one flew. Liberation. As I heal, I'm setting us free. I got goosebumps. This is about your healing. And when you step out of ego and put yourself in that beautiful empath energy, and you put yourself in other people's shoes, and you are able to be compassionate and able to communicate, productively communicate with someone, it liberates you. It heals you. It sets you free. Remember this card. When you have this great big love for others, but don't forget the people that you're dealing with are people too. And they may be obstacles, and they may be obstinate. But we nurture. The soul's saying we nurture. We nurture us. I'm going to find the other. We create a better world. We use our privileges and our abundance and our skills that we've learned, our empath skills, our knowledge, our communication skills, our skills in communication and powers of persuasion, and above all, our empathy and able to step into other people's shoes, nurture the world. That means the whole world, not just certain people in the world. It helps us all thrive. It helps us all dance, Spirit says. It sets us free. It's liberation, complete healing. That's extremely beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to go into what are some of some words you would like to say to the Watcher about their former life in relation to their life now, Spirit. Assistance is at hand, the crew. Remember that 3 of Cups and the Spirit Guides card that came up. Spirit is saying, we're here to assist you. Also, that 3 of Cups coming together and getting the assistance that you need. Seeing beyond. Your crew, the crew. Seeing beyond. Being with people who also see beyond and that are empath, and that, I mean, you know how to contact the right people. Your spirit guides are at the ready. Spirit is at the ready. Collaborate and come together with people that will help you move forward in life. On the bottom of the deck was let your love flow. You have that big love, remember, that big heart. Don't forget to love yourself as well. Don't forget to protect yourself as well as others. Yes, you want to help others, but don't forget to go back into nature and refresh yourself. You've had all these past lives. You're living now. But now that you have gone back and revisited this life, Spirit's saying refresh. Refresh. Take a break. Be kind to yourself. Make sure you're eating properly. Make sure you're spiritually taking care of yourself. Make sure you are taking rest and relaxation for yourself. Take a walk. Meditate. So that you can terraform your world. You can change the world. Not only with your actions, but your vibrations. And then it all becomes one. One more, Spirit. As above, so below. You make things happen. And in your past lives as well as now. Spirit's seeing that. Spirit's seeing what's going on. You're co-creating with Spirit. We're watching. We're assisting. And that's really beautiful. That's really beautiful. Spirit wants you to not forget about yourself. Not to forget about yourself. Let's see. What is some advice from Spirit moving forward in this life? What are some words? What are some advice, Spirit, moving forward? I invite Archangel Gabriel to bring hope and intuition into my life. We already know your intuition is strong, but there's a lot going on in the world right now, and sometimes you doubt yourself. Even in your former life, it said doubts. Spirit saying, call on Archangel Gabriel, call on Spirit, call on your spirit guide, your spirit team, to keep the hope alive, to keep your intuition in tune. Remember that seeing beyond. Refresh, meditate. Get your feet into nature and water. Cleanse yourself. Remember, you have the crystals and nutrition. Take care of yourself. Gather with people that can assist you, and that includes your spirit crew. And Archangel Gabriel's making an appearance here today. Meditation came out. I meditate daily to allow the universal wisdom to flow through me. That's just Spirit confirming this card right here. Refresh. Meditate. One more. Ooh. Reach out, the crew. Reach out. I reach out my hand and my heart to connect and to unite all of humanity. That is what you love. That is what you do. That is what you've done in former lives. That is what you're doing now. That is what you will continue to do. That is just really beautiful. It goes to this. I reach out my hand and unite all of humanity. You reach out and collaborate and use your powers of persuasion, your privileges, your abundance. I'm not saying you give all your money everywhere. I'm saying the fact that you have more than others, more power, more reach, more status, more education. Wherever you are, you're in a position to help. This can be anybody. You reach out. This 1 and 2 is 3. That 3 represents to me that 3 of Cups. That collaborating with others. And that 1 and 3 is 4, that's progression forward. And that is also to me a firm foundation. By reaching out to others and collaborating to assist in helping with all of humanity just makes a solid foundation. Remember that terraform your world, that solid foundation, and it is a 4. That solid foundation to help unite this world. So that not only a few people are taking care of the world, but that we all are. That we are all united, all of humanity, and we can make something solid to help one another. That is amazing. I think I'm going to get one last card and to close this reading out. I'm going to go into divine doors. What divine doors is this person, or what divine doors are being opened for this person in this lifetime, Spirit, moving ahead? This reading was very interesting. I have some Googling to do because I want to know more about this person. And how amazing are you moving forward in this life, helping to unite humanity, putting yourself in other people's shoes, the empathy that you have, the wanting to help other people that are less fortunate. That's absolutely beautiful. A cure for longing. Love is happiness, a spark inside. Live deliberately and choose boldly. Then you have arrived. We can see that in your past life and now. You have this longing for things to be just and right and equal for everyone, to have their lives, their pursuit of happiness, their freedom, their ability to take care of themselves, their family, for people to not just be on the street, in harm's way, going without, going hungry. You just have this beautiful spark inside, and you are deliberately taking action, and spirit's opening the doors for you, because remember this card that came out. Oops, sorry. There's a lot of cards I pulled today. Remember this card that came out right here. You're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Choose boldly. Live deliberately. Keep that spark inside. Love is happiness. You're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing. You have arrived. And that's what I have for you guys. I really hope this helped. And see you next time. Namaste.